Hello, Chenoweth Elementary first and second graders. It's Miss Jenny, and it's been a little while since I've been with you. Last week we had our ELD family night, and I was really busy working on that and then getting kids in the older grades to do some essays. But now I get to come back and remind you that last time we were together, we read the Busy Body book all about how to keep our bodies healthy. And today we're going to work on something that I think is really important, especially when it comes to um, telling ourselves how we're going to be healthy and what we're going to do to be healthy. And a lot of times when we are making decisions about things, we are often given a choice about what we can choose to eat. Sometimes we choose to eat something that is healthy for us, and sometimes we make the choice to not eat something that's healthy. Well, part of being a good student is being aware of what's available for you to choose from to eat, and then making a goal or telling yourself that you're going to do something. Making goals is super important when it comes to being able to stick to the choices that we want to do. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to make goals based around making healthy food choices. We are going to use the statement or the sentence, I will. Okay, so repeat after me first. Being healthy means eating healthy food. So repeat. Being healthy means eating healthy food. Nice. So that means we are eating right. Have you heard that before? When someone says, oh, when you begin a conversation or when you first are talking about healthy foods or noticing what somebody else is eating, you might say, hey, they're eating right. They're making healthy choices. So eating right means you are making the best choice, the absolute best choice you should for the food you choose to eat, right? So let's repeat that sentence. Being healthy means eating right. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're eating with your right hand or it's correct in the way you're eating. It means the food choices that you've made are correct to help your body be healthy and strong and give you the energy you need to get through the things that you need to do during your day, right? Okay, so we are going to use the phrase I will. And that's an easy goal to say. When we say I will, it means we tell somebody that's what we're going to do. So if I wake up in the morning and I say, whoa, I will eat breakfast, then I will walk my dog, then I will do my work, and then I'll eat lunch, and so on and so on. So we can make a lot of I will statements predicting what we're going to do, but we can also make I will statements setting a goal for what we're going to do in order to keep our bodies healthy. So we're going to use the phrase I will, and we'll work through that. And then we're also going to talk about making choices using the words instead of in the middle of a sentence. So, for example, if I am talking about walking my dog, I could say, I will walk my dog instead of laying around on the couch, right? That means I'm going to do something that's good for me and for my dog and not do something that is not as healthy or not as good for me or really not very good for my dog and makes her sad. So when we talk about instead of, the word instead of, it means we're going to do something else. And usually we use those words before what we're going to do, before the phrase instead of. So instead of goes towards in the middle of the sentence. So I could say, I will walk my dog instead of laying on the couch. Does that make sense? Yeah, we're going to try that in a couple sentences today. So instead of is a super important phrase because it means that you'll do something and not do another thing. And in all of these sentences, we're kind of making a prediction of the future, of what we're going to do, right? So predictions don't necessarily always come true, but for the most part, our goal is to make them true. And that's where our goals come in, right? We try to stick to our goals so that we can get someplace or do something. And goals around making healthy food choices are super important, okay? So let me share a couple of sentences. We'll practice saying them. And then we'll do one other lesson just around our goals regarding exercise and keeping from getting sick, which is the last couple lessons that we did. Okay, so you ready to get started? Awesome. All right, I'm going to come over here to my sentence frame board. And you can see that I have lots of words up here, don't I? On the very top, I have some of the word choices that we talked about regarding food that we could eat. I have apples, oatmeal, chips, grapes, oranges, bananas, cereal, water, cookies, milk, and soda. You can see I've got lots of choices. It's not all of the food choices we had earlier, but it's a lot of them. And then I have just our title for today. It's a plan for eating right. So repeat that. Plan for eating right. Excellent. Okay. Then I have two phrases. I will and I will. And then I have that super fun phrase, instead of, to help guide us. And that might fit somewhere in the middle of our sentence to help guide us to what we'll do instead of something. Okay. And then we have three fabulous verbs today. The first is eat. The second is drink. And the third is snack on. Snack on. And sometimes we get hungry in between meals. So snack on means that you're going to have something between breakfast and lunch or lunch and dinner to help keep you feel full or give you some energy for your day. Okay. Down below, I have some more food choices in groups. So I have junk food, and then I have vegetables and fruit. So instead of saying apples, you could just say fruit, meaning you would eat whatever you had at your house. And then I have time phrases. I have time phrases including lunch, dinner, and breakfast. So those are the times that you're going to be eating those things. And then the last one, I have amounts. We call these adjectives because they tell you how much you're going to eat. So a lot of times things come in a bag, or they come in a box, or you might eat them out of a bowl, or you might eat just a little bit. So try a little bit. You might eat a lot of, and we practice these phrases a lot in ELD, a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. So those are really important adjectives to use. And then of course we have healthy. Healthy food is what our ultimate goal is to do all the time and eat all the time, is eating healthy food. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a sentence, and then we'll build some together and practice, and then you can practice on your own or with your family. in sharing the goals that you are going to do with your food. Okay, so the first is, I will eat. Okay, I can make a simple sentence and I can say, I will eat healthy food. So let's read that and then repeat it. I will eat healthy food. Well, somebody might say, well, what kind of plan is that in eating right? I want to know what those healthy foods are. So I might say, I will eat vegetables and fruit. Repeat. I will eat vegetables and fruit. Now, at the end of this sentence, I could put when I'm going to eat vegetables and fruit, okay? I could say, I would eat them, vegetables and fruit, for or at lunch. That tells me exactly when I'm going to do that. I could also come back in here and bring in some of my adjectives, like some. I could say, I will eat some vegetables and fruit at lunch. That's a great phrase for a great plan for eating right, isn't it? Okay, so let's repeat that sentence. I will eat some vegetables and fruit at lunch. Nice job. Okay, so I could change these words, the vegetables and fruit. I could change them to be something more specific. I will eat some apples at lunch. I will eat a lot of apples at lunch. I could change out my adjective. Or I will eat a lot of apples and bananas and I'm going to change out lunch, and I'm going to change that to breakfast. And we said apples and bananas. Ooh. I think we might have some monkeys in here if we're eating a lot of apples and bananas. The monkeys, huh? Okay, so let's repeat this great sentence. Oh my gosh, so long, but a great plan for eating healthy. Okay, so repeat it with me. I will eat a lot of apples and bananas at breakfast. Yeah, that's a great sentence, okay? Let's talk a little bit about some junk food. We can eat some junk food every once in a while, but we don't want to eat it as a big meal, right? We want to eat it as a snack. So we could say, I will snack on apples. That is a great sentence. Let's repeat that one. I will snack on apples. Now what we can do is we can bring in that fun word instead of. Yeah, instead of. And put it in the middle of our sentence. And then we have one thing that we need to put on the behind it. So what is something that you could snack on? Like you could snack on apples. What would you snack on if you were given a choice between something that's not very good? I could say, I will snack on apples instead of junk food. That's a great sentence. Or I could be really specific and say cookies, right, as a type of junk food, right? So I could say, I will snack on apples instead of cookies. Excellent. Yes, that gives you such a good sentence. And it's a great plan for eating right when you're snacking. We have lots of options for not such good snacky things, chips. And we could say, when it comes to chips, we could say a bag of chips. I will snack on apples instead of a bag of chips. That just tells you how the chips come, right? I will snack on instead of a bag of chips. Yeah, this is a great sentence. I will snack on apples instead of a bag of chips. Excellent sentence. Very good. Very nice. Maybe if we want to every once in a while have a treat, we could say a little bit. A little bit, right? So we don't want to be eating a whole bag of something, but we do want to be eating a little bit, maybe every once in a while, not always. But a plan could be to snack on a little bit of chips. Okay, that's an okay plan for eating right, as long as you're not eating a whole bag, right? So let's say this one. I will snack on a little bit of chips. Nice. Yeah, that's a really good sentence. Okay. And then the last one that we want to talk about, instead of eating, we want to talk about drink. Okay. And this is a great instead of sentence. I will drink instead of. So this is where we can also bring this in time. Let's put in dinner. I really want to talk about what we could drink at dinner instead of something else, okay? So we have a choice between water, milk, and soda. Water, milk, and soda. Now, soda's not so healthy. Milk is pretty healthy. It keeps our body and our bones strong. And water is always important to drink all through the day. Okay? So we could say, I will drink water at dinner. I will drink water at dinner. But we could throw in our instead of sentence and say, I will drink water instead of soda at dinner. I will drink water instead of soda at dinner. That's a great sentence. I could change water out for milk. I will drink milk instead of soda at dinner. Okay. I love it. Okay. There are lots of other choices, and there are lots of other things that you could do. I will eat cereal instead of I will eat cereal at breakfast. I will eat oatmeal at breakfast. I will eat grapes at lunch instead of chips. Those are some really great sentences and really good plans for how to stay healthy and eating right, eating the correct foods. Okay? So here is your job. Your first, second grade job. Your job is to make a plan for eating right. I want you to write a sentence or two for your plan of something that you're going to do in order to eat healthy or eat right. You could write a sentence saying, I will drink or I will eat or I will snack on blank instead of at lunch or at dinner or at breakfast. And you can be as short with your sentence, like I will eat apples, or as long as you want, I will eat apples instead of chips at lunch. You have lots of choices and a lot of variety to your sentences. I want you to write maybe 1 or 2 sentences for your plan on eating healthy and send them to me in a dojo message. Would love to see what your sentences are. You can either take a picture of the sentences that you've written, or you can write the sentences in the message to me. And that would be great. I would love to see your sentences, and it would be so fun to see what your plan is for eating healthy. Okay. Our next few lessons are going to be some things that we're going to do to stay healthy doing exercise, and then we'll tie that into things that we can do in order to keep from getting sick. Like I will wash my hands after using the bathroom. I will cover my sneeze, things like that. So we'll talk about that in our next 2 lessons. And then next week we turn our Chromebooks in. So over the summer, you have lots of opportunities to show how your plan or put your plan for staying healthy and eating right in place. Okay, I hope to see you later on the next couple lessons, and I hope to see your sentences on the dojo message. Thanks.